Alrighty, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of the Legion Lounge Live. As always, I am joined by my brother and co-host, Toxic Strike, aka Ghost Lead, as well
how's it going, guys?
as well as another member of the Toxic Legion, that being Toxic Crusader.
Hey, how you guys doing?
So welcome back to another stream, guys. We've got some fun stuff to talk about. As you can tell by the music, we've got a little bit of a different tone tonight. We're going with the very lo-fi Christmas. still StreamBeats. We're getting in that holiday spirit because the Lego holiday special did come out, the Lego Star Wars holiday special. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the stream, but of course the first order of business, as always, is going to be The Mandalorian. We had another episode of Mando Season 2 come out this past week, and yeah, we just want to talk about that. We'll talk about the Lego Star Wars Christmas special, and then a little bit of DC stuff at the end, because, you know, we always got to add some DC stuff in there. There's been a little bit of, been some fun stuff that's come out regarding the DCTV stuff, as well as just DC movies in general. So we'll talk about that a little bit towards the end, but of course, first, let's talk about Mando, episode 4 for season 2. What was this episode titled? I don't remember.
It was The Siege.
Yeah, The Siege, yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 4, The Siege. This one was a special episode because it was directed by Carl Weathers. And yeah, First impressions, initial thoughts. What did you guys think of this episode?
So at least personally for me, sorry, I thought Crusader was gonna go first. I was trying to give Crusader that because I feel like I've always been going first. So Crusader, you want to go first this time?
Oh, okay, fine. I'll go first because you went first last time. But my overall impression on that episode, you know, Mandalorian never lets me down with its action packed and all that. You know, it's always interesting to watch because it's the Mandalorian, of course, of all. But it's not really like the main quest. Like, we're trying to see like Ahsoka Tano, but you know, the side quest. But you know, it's getting there. But it's still good anyway. But it's still good.
Yeah, I think that it was a very good episode overall. But I think that the main points of the episode that really did matter were the end of the episode. The ending of the episode was pretty good, and I think that's going to be leading a lot more things coming into the future of the show, especially when it comes down to the final encounter for whatever is going to be going on this season. But overall, I think it was some good action. But I think it was a pretty kind of like not average, but not exactly filler either. It was a little bit of like filler, but it had those important parts at the end. But I think overall it was still a good episode. Some cute Baby Yoda moments and some good plot points.
Yeah, I think on the surface level, this could be seen as another sort of filler or kind of bridging the gap episode. Like, obviously last week was our big Bo-Katan episode where we got the Ahsoka name drop. We're like, all right, that's the next mission. We've got to have Mando bring Baby Yoda over to Ahsoka because, you know, Force, Jedi, whatever. But this was kind of our stop on the way. It was basically once the way I kind of expected here is Mando's like, all right, ship's broken. We got to go make a little pit stop. So they go over to Navarro, meet back up with Greef Karga and Cara Dune. And then Greef Karga's like, Mando, how's it going? You know, he's like, how's it going, Mando? How's Baby Yoda? You've been taking good care of him. And then he's like, yep, everything's good. I've got a little mission to go on now, but the ship's kind of broken. So he's like, all right, keep the ship here. We'll fix it. But while you're here, I've got a little mission for you. So he drops Baby Yoda off in that classroom. And I thought that was hilarious. He was just there in the classroom and he was just like begging the kid next to him for those cookies. He's like, please. And the kid's like, nah, dude.
No.
And then Baby Yoda's like, he's like, nobody
didn't realize there's also a girl in the back that had the Rey hairstyle.
Oh, really?
There's a girl in the back that had a Rey hairstyle. I mean, of course it's not Rey because Rey is like, you know, on like Jakku. But anyway, though, yeah, it was this girl with like a little Rey hairstyle with like the little like I don't know, like the little buns going down. It's kind of interesting.
Weird.
A little nod to it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that hairstyle was popular back then.
I don't know. Anyway, so Baby Yoda wants those cookies. He uses the Force to get the cookies. That was great. I loved that.
That was a cute moment right there.
And my man throws up the cookies later.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so
you're missing a big point. The Baby Yoda being sus and electrical.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. I forgot about that at the beginning. So before they even get to Navarro, they're trying to fix stuff on the ship. So Mando has Baby Yoda in the little like electrical duct, and he's like, "All right, connect the red wire where the blue wire was, and the blue wire where the red wire was."
It reminded me of that one episode of SpongeBob where it's like the lid.
the lid. And then Baby Yoda just like looking at him, and then Mando's
He's like, huh? He's like he was so confused.
He was so confused, and then he just like plugs it in, and then it just like poof.
I would have actually been. What if Baby Yoda just dies? That would have been wild.
And then Mando's just like, "Are you okay?" And then he just like coughs, like a little baby cough, and it's hilarious. But yeah, so Mando drops Baby Yoda off in the class, and that was kind of fun. So while Baby Yoda's off in daycare, pretty much, Grief Karga has a mission for Mando. With Cara Dune, they're gonna go basically just kind of take care of this Imperial remnant base. So they have.
You mean the Marshal, right?
The Marshal.
the Marshal.
Why is everybody's
called the Marshal now? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like there's like one individual. Probably like it's just probably just like in like the Star Wars realm, like where in the town there's like a marshal just designated as like the sheriff in quotations, because you know how Cobb Vanth was the marshal.
Yeah, I think it's more of
so
like
basically it's like a
just
town
like a
sheriff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So Cara Dune was probably just like she's like, okay, might as well just spend my time here, whipping this town into a safe place, a safe haven from all this crime that used to be there. Because remember, like in the
partner.
Oh yeah, and then like the little answer's like, oh, the Marshal,
the Marshal's here. But yeah, so they've got a little mission to go on, and then that blue dude from the first episode, yeah, that he was like, I could bring you in warm, or I could bring you in cold. Yeah, so this blue dude's here, working off his sentence for Grief Karga.
300 years.
I thought that was pretty great. And then he's like, all right, if you drive us, we'll cut some years off your sentence. So
he's like, okay.
He's like, all right, I'll do it. So then they get in the little speeder, they go off to the base, and that's when stuff really starts kicking off for the episode. So they get in, Mando does his thing, he flies up, knocks a dude off the ledge. That was pretty cool. They go through it, and pretty much the base seems relatively empty, except for a couple of dudes. And then we get to one of the more interesting and kind of speculating areas. I don't know, speculative areas of the episode. I guess speculative. Yeah. Want to try not to say anything wrong, because last week I called the heiress the higheress. So yeah. So yeah, I'm an idiot.
I was telling you the.
I know, but yeah, we live and we learn. Correction for last week, it was the heiress, not the higheress, because I am stupid. But anyway, they go in, and there's a message from the cloner dude, again from season 1, and he's
from Camino.
Yeah, this Camino and cloner. And he basically says like that they're running experiments trying to infuse people with the blood of Baby Yoda to replicate his Force abilities, because he has a quote high M count. So midichlorians, obviously.
Actually something surprising that I actually didn't think about till right now is, what if they were doing it not just for the Force, but also for his ability, which I think is kind of a specific Force ability, is Force healing.
But can't everybody do Force healing though?
Well, if everybody can do Force healing, then why have so many people died from like simple like blaster shots and stuff? You know.
But
I think it's just like a rare like.
I
think it's a
yeah, 'cause
rare
you know how,
force.
like, you
I
know
mean,
how,
I
like,
think it is
Mace
a
Windu
rare.
has like Shatterpoint.
Yeah, and then
you know,
how like
and-
Anakin has the like a more like dream focused, like perceiving the future.
Yeah. Also, like Cal Kestis, he has the force ability of being able to, like, whenever he touches a certain object, he can see its past.
Yeah, and like I guess
and all
Ezra
that
has
stuff.
more of like a spiritual connection with like
With animals.
with animals and creatures and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. So I guess we can, yeah. So Baby Yoda is one of the few Force users that has this ability to use Force healing.
Because I mean, think
So-
the only two people we've ever seen do it was Baby Yoda and Rey.
Yeah, but Rey is the most powerful Jedi ever.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Next to my boy Anakin.
Yeah. Oh
If he
my
didn't
god!
die,
Don't even
basically.
get me started on that. But we'll talk about that a little bit later in Lego form. But yeah, so we have this Kamino and Cloner say that they are doing trials on people with the blood of Baby Yoda because he has a high metachlorian count, and they're trying to imbue people with Force abilities that says that it only lasts for a little bit. And then we also have these like clones in tubes, which we can kind of get back to in a little bit. You guys have a little bit to say on that. But I think the most interesting point to take away from this is the fact that a lot of us were correct in thinking that Moff Gideon maybe wants Baby Yoda to try to artificially give himself Force abilities, or possibly
Right.
create clones that are Force sensitive, to create Force sensitive clones.
But you also have to think about this. When he was talking about Baby Yoda, they were saying that, oh, we're basically taking all of his blood at this point, and if we take any more blood, he's going to die.
Right.
What if that's part of the reason as to why Baby Yoda isn't as powerful as he is because they're basically siphoning off all that Force ability from him. They're taking away all his
Life
metachlorian.
force.
Well, no, it's just
Basically,
like
yeah.
any time.
No, but I'm saying like, when they take away his blood, they're also partially taking away some of the metachlorians that are in in his bloodstream.
I don't think so. I think it works just like anybody's blood. Like, if you donate blood, you can't give too much, or else you'll pass out.
I mean, yeah,
right?
you'll pass out.
So, and then your body obviously creates more blood and everything. So I assume
course, yeah,
as
but I'm
Baby
saying-
Yoda creates more blood, his metachlorian
No, I
count
mean, of course,
goes
that's what I'm
back
saying.
up.
But I'm saying that maybe because I mean, we don't know how his body works. Seeing as it takes them like 900 years, they can like live to,
That's
like 900 or so
true.
years. Maybe it takes a little while for his blood to come back. And,
That's
I
true.
mean, that's
but
why if
the
you ever
only-
realize, whenever he uses his abilities, he passes out right after.
Right, I know, but that's the thing that I would say that would go against it is the fact that obviously we saw him use the Force healing well after he had his blood taken by the.
Well, but I'm not saying that.
cloner.
I'm not saying that he can't use his abilities. I'm just saying that whenever he does, it usually just makes him pass out.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I
if
just
you
think
realize-
it's. I just think it's
But
something
also,
that
if you realize now
that
when he
cause-
starts,
What were
I
you
don't
saying?
know. Maybe it's just also the strain, like using his abilities.
I just think-
for,
yeah,
like,
I just
something
think it's,
big,
yeah.
like when he's taking down like the Mudhorn or something.
Yeah, I just
Something
think
that
he's
takes,
a
like, a-
he's a
I guess,
small little
yeah.
he's a little creature. He's a baby, and he can't.
So does that
use
mean that
all that
of
Force ability?
Does that mean that all of Yoda's species, whatever his species is just powerful in the Force? Is that just something that they are?
I
I would
think
assume
it's
so.
too. I don't know. I think it's too early
would
to tell, but I guess the trend that we've seen with Yoda species, Yoda, Yaddle, and Baby Yoda now,
Mhm.
they've all been Force users, and Yaddle was on the Jedi Council.
Council.
So
And so was Yoda. Yoda
yeah.
was
So I mean,
the master.
maybe.
Maybe.
But
We'll have to
also the thing is too is that Yoda's species lives for so long that they have that time to become more powerful in the Force, to train more, to learn more about it. So maybe just having those extra years to perfect it is why they are all, or every Yoda species that we've seen so far has been so powerful.
Right.
Right.
I mean, also the other thing is it doesn't take so long and years to be able to be so powerful in the Force.
yeah,
I mean,
that's true too. I
you
mean,
know, 'cause also you had to think about raw power. Like Anakin would basically be able to rival them without actually having to, have that much time training with it. And I mean, also you have to think that Obi-Wan, who uses Form 4, I think, am I right? Form 4, for his lightsaber dueling.
Possibly.
It's very defensive. He's the best that has ever, like, he literally can duel the best that he's ever done. And he's better than even the person that created it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how much time does it really take to perfect those kind of things?
I don't know. Anyway,
Or maybe
Crusader.
just overall.
Crusader,
Sorry,
what do
I'm
you
just-
think? I feel bad. We've been talking too much. What do you think about all this? What do you think about the midichlorians and the clones and test tubes and all that stuff?
Well, at first with the when they actually went in there, they thought there was a base. Well, before they went in, they thought there was a base. It's like, okay, well, it's a base, Imperial base. So when we take this off, then Navarro will be just a trading post. But when they actually went in there and they also saw those test tubes, like, okay, this is not just a base, it's a lab. And then when they actually did all that, but it kind of like made sense with like what that. I don't know that guy's name, the scientist from that little hologram.
Yeah,
Like,
just like the cloner or whatever. I don't
and
know
they're
what
like
it's
an Imperial Empire. I was like, okay, well, the remnants of the Empire, they're probably trying to make some super soldiers or something, like they're like mixed in with like the Jedi's, like, well, not Jedi, I mean with Baby Yoda's blood, you know, with the Force abilities and all that. So I guess they're trying to like make like a super duty like backup revenge of the Empire and all that. But I think it gets to the point because like from the ending, I'm not gonna say it, like spoil it if no one watched the ending part. But I'm pretty sure it's like something bad's gonna happen on the next episode.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
Like-
we'll get
like
into
really
spoilers.
bad.
Yeah, we'll get into
We'll
full
get to that at
spoilers.
some
Yeah,
point.
we'll get there. So I mean, we haven't spoiled too much yet, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Sorry, it took like 20 minutes to get to that, but yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
but also the other thing is, I know I'm talking over you, but I mean, this could also lead into, I mean, possibly something to deal with the First Order and Snoke, or it could also deal with possibly, I mean, I wouldn't want to say it because it would kind of suck if this is how it turned out, but possibly a Star Killer kind of person. I don't know. That's kind of stretching.
totally
That's kind of stretching.
I totally disagree with anybody that thinks that this has anything to do with Snoke or the First Order or Palpatine or any of that. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, the music cues. It sounds
Well, no,
like
it's not even just about the music
Snoke's
cues, it's also
theme.
just-
It looks
it's
like
just-
you're gonna say, "Oh, it looks like Snoke. He's got the scar," but it's like it's totally different.
No, but
If
it's not
you-
even just about that. It's about in general just the fact of what are they doing at this point? The only reason as to why they would want to bring up this new fighting force is to first take over the Outer Rim, which is where the New Republic cares little about, which is basically any republic for that matter. They basically let the Outer Rim just be whatever it wants to be.
Yeah.
And basically all they need to do, because of course the New Republic doesn't give a crap, is they could just go ahead and take the Outer Rim and then move from the Outer Rim into the core worlds and then take everything back over. Not in the name of the Empire, but possibly in the name of the First Order. Because again, as I was saying before, last stream, everybody got a little droid at the end of the Battle of Endor that basically was I'm dead now, as Emperor Palpatine, I'm dead, so this is your job, basically. And I think that is part of the reason as to why Moff Gideon is doing what he's doing, is because he was told to do it by Emperor Palpatine. You know, I don't think that he wants to control the whole world, like the whole universe himself. I think that he wants to do it based off of, you know, what Palpatine told him to do.
Yeah, I guess more on like the loyalty side of the Empire. Because, you know, from last episode with that what you call it? That Imperial captain or whatever rank he is, but that guy when he like got caught by Bo-Katan and then the rest of the Mandalorians, and like he didn't want to say anything, and he just like
he killed himself, and he
Yeah, he
literally
killed
killed
himself.
killed two of the pilots. He said, "Long live the Empire."
long live the Empire.
Basically.
So
You
they
know,
were like really serious with like not giving us classified information.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like whatever they're doing is very secretive, and it has something to do with the Empire. You know, it's not just. I feel like it's not just a basic kind of, well, you know, I have the dark saber now. Let me just control the galaxy. You know, I think that I think it's deeper than that. I feel like it actually has reasoning for as to why he is doing it and why he wants to do that. But that might just be me.
Okay,
I don't
well,
know.
here, I'm going to be very controversial here and completely disagree with everything that both of you guys just said. All right? So I completely disagree with that. Because like I was saying is, people say, oh, the music cue, it sounds like Snoke. It looks like Snoke in the test tubes, whatever. I don't, or like it could be something tied to Palpatine. I think all of that stuff, the First Order, Palpatine stuff's happening on Exegol, completely separate from this. I don't think that matters. This is only 5 years post Battle of Endor. I don't think we're going to start seeing the First Order pop up right now. I feel like this would be too early for that to happen.
Well, we're not saying it. I mean, at least I'm not saying anything about the First Order popping up. I'm saying that this is something that Palpatine, as in
I know,
when he
but
dies,
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
a
I don't
fact
think
that all of them got one of those droids. I mean, I think
don't think that this has anything
doing.
to do with it. I think that this is all Moff Gideon, that he has this Imperial remnant cell that he is trying to use to regain control, and I think he sees himself as somebody that could be the next Emperor. I don't think he is working for Palpatine. I don't see Moff Gideon as somebody who wants to resurrect the Emperor or anything like that. I feel like he wants to. I feel like he wants to, if he's not already Force sensitive, I think he wants to use Baby Yoda to make himself Force sensitive. Or if he is already Force sensitive, I think he wants to use Baby Yoda to make Force sensitive beings.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the clones in the test tubes. I think he wants to make Force sensitive beings to either wear the Dark Trooper armor that we saw at the end of the episode.
Spoilers.
Or we already know that. But or if he wants to use these Force sensitive creations to in some other capacity. But I think that's everything with Moff Gideon, everything with the Darksaber, it's all his doing. I think he has some sort of plan that he either wants to, maybe he has some sort of tie to Mandalore with the Darksaber, right? Like we've said many streams before, maybe he is Mandalorian. Maybe he thinks that he is a rightful ruler of Mandalore. Maybe that's why he has the Darksaber, or he has the Darksaber just to kind of unite this new Imperial cell, and he wants to create his own empire. I think
that's a good thought.
I think it's completely separate. I think that this is its own
I get exactly what you mean, but I feel like what's going to happen is what the whole plan of it is that I think that if Palpatine was going to let this happen, or if he did want it, I think that maybe more than anything, Palpatine might have been like, hey, you were a very, very strong leader or whatever. The Empire is basically dead, but I think that he might have been like, hey, you can revive it if you want to. Basically, as in like, you are powerful enough. Here's like, basically take back over everything in the name of the Empire. Then what would happen is Palpatine would be like, good, and kill him. And then just take everything for himself.
I still don't think it has anything to do with Palpatine.
I mean, but you got to think. At some point, you gotta admit, Palpatine wouldn't let anything like that happen without him not knowing what's going on.
No, but he has a plan. Preoccupied
he has
with
a plan like that.
But he
has a plan. He has an actual plan.
Yeah, but
he's not just. I mean, I don't
think that this is on his radar right now.
It's not like there's not Imperials that are, a part of the new Empire. I mean, I'm not saying that it has anything to do with the First Order. I'm not saying that he's going to be one of the First Order captains or whatever. All I'm saying is that I don't think that Palpatine would not have planned something, with Moff Gideon. If Moff Gideon was Mandalorian or whatever, I would most definitely think that he would know what is going on, even if this is just like a new body or whatever. Seeing the kind of person that Moff Gideon is, and the same thing with seeing how Palpatine knew all of the Moffs and Grand Moffs, I think that he knows what kind of people these are. I think that he understands what they would be doing, and I think that he would most definitely understand that somebody like Moff Gideon would do something like that. And I think that he has a plan for it, or he thinks that, oh, well, he's not even going to be able to get anywhere far into it. So why would I even care? I'm just going to work on what I'm working on. I don't know. I know what you're trying to say. I know that you're trying to say that this has nothing to do with Palpatine or anything, but it always has something to do with Palpatine. Anything that has anything to do with the Empire has something to do with Palpatine or anything. I mean, think about Rebels. Think about Rebels.
It's like
interesting.
I think it's an interesting. Yeah, I think it's an interesting theory, but I don't see the Mandalorian that up to this point has been so disconnected from mainstream Star Wars. I just don't see them dropping all of that with Moff Gideon, who is this brand new Imperial leader. I don't see them dropping this whole thing where it's staying. They're making it a point to say, hey, we don't want to interact with the New Republic. Like, we're doing our own thing. You'd go do your thing. We're on the Outer Rim. Don't worry about us. I don't
That's not at all
see
what they do, but I mean, because I'm saying as in like the Republic and the New Republic, they could care less about like what's going on in the Outer Rim.
Yeah,
they kind of just no, but I'm saying like in the sense of they just felt like the Outer Rim could just do whatever they wanted.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is the show
because they were like they're just kind of like criminals out there, and they're like we don't want to deal with that. I mean, even at the end of the episode when the X-wing pilot was coming in, he was basically like, again, more spoilers. He's kind of like, I know something is going on out here, but nobody in the New Republic believes me. He's like, nobody in the New Republic gives, anything. They don't care about what's going on out here because they're only worried about what's going on in the core worlds. Nobody cares what's going on what's going on in the Outer Rim. Of course, this is going to be just an Outer Rim issue only, and that's why it's going to be up to Mando and the rest of them to actually deal with it, because those are the only people that actually do anything out there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is the show? I'm not saying like they've said it in the show, but I'm saying the show itself is saying that this story is not a mainstream story. This is not
of course not. It's Outer Rim.
It's Outer Rim. It's totally disconnected. It's its own thing. And I'm not
denying that, but I'm saying that thinking of the bigger picture, Moff Gideon is somebody that would want to take over the core
I don't
worlds.
think that, but that's the thing. I don't think there is a bigger picture here. I think that the Mandalorian is its own thing, and I think that the biggest connection that it could have to something is with Mandalore in general. But
then what do you think that Moff Gideon would want? Do you think that he would just control the Outer Rim?
I think
and then he would just not care about the core worlds at all?
I still think the big twist is that he wants control of Mandalore. I still think the big twist.
Why would he care?
I don't know.
Mandalore?
I think that he possibly has some sort of ties to it. I feel like he
has some sort
Mandalore
of so bad.
Mandalorian heritage.
Just take it after the siege, because I mean, of course, that's the only way that he got the Darksaber.
I don't know.
Wouldn't Mandalore just be perfectly open to be taken at this point?
Why
would you need to build such a big force to be able to take over one small planet?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We still have like a few. I guess how many episodes? I don't know. We have like a few more.
Yeah, we have 4. Yeah, we're right at the halfway point. Exactly.
Yeah, we're at the halfway point. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make another season. But
of course they're gonna make another season.
We don't really know what's going to happen because another spoiler. So for the Razor Crest, I forgot one of those alien guys, that dude, the repair guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure one of those guys planted the tracking device.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure what's going to happen next episode is that Moff Gideon is probably going to do like an ambush or something where he's going to trap Mando and like probably like take away Baby Yoda from Mando, and I guess it would either go two ways. I don't know, like who knows?
He's
gonna be with Ahsoka, and then Ahsoka's probably gonna be like, the Imperials are here. I'm gonna fight them off. You go take that baby and go somewhere else. You go find Bo-Katan, and you guys go save this. Because I mean, you got to think. Because I forget exactly who said it. One of the writers or something said that Bo-Katan is gonna be a big part of the show.
So Bo-Katan. And hopefully,
am I the only one that read that, or am I the only one that saw that, or
the quote was? I'm pretty sure is that Bo-Katan is an important part of the story going forward. And now I don't know if that was specifically for the Mandalorian or if they were talking about just Filoniverse in general. With all of these new Star Wars projects, like I heard that, or I saw that she could possibly have a role in the Bad Batch. I saw that, obviously there have been rumors that she could have her own spin-off from Mando. Obviously we have the rumored Ahsoka spin-off and stuff like that. So I think no matter what, whether or not she is on The Mandalorian specifically or in other Star Wars TV projects, yes, Bo-Katan will play a large role going forward, for sure. But just kind of wrapping up this episode so we can talk about what we think for next week, right? So at the end of the episode, like you mentioned, Mando's ship gets fixed. They destroy the base. Day is saved. Whatever. There's a tracker on Mando's ship, and like they're like, all right, Mando, Baby Yoda, they're off to go find Ahsoka now. And so next episode is chapter 13, episode 5 of season 2, written and directed by Dave Filoni, who made Clone Wars, who made Rebels, who created the character of Ahsoka. We had Ahsoka name dropped the week before by Bo-Katan. Go find Ahsoka. That's where they're going. So we're going to see Ahsoka next week. I'm about 99.99999% sure that we will see Ahsoka next week.
Repeating, yeah.
I bet you 100%.
And it is also titled The Jedi. So
even though she's not
it's either you're just gonna be Ahsoka Tano, or it's just gonna be Baby Yoda for the whole.
So either we're gonna see Ahsoka like right at the beginning, or they're going to, like the memes suggest, if you've seen the meme at all, is like kind of episode 7 style with Mando bringing Baby Yoda to Ahsoka, but like it's Ahsoka's head on Luke's body and like Mando's head on Rey's body, and like Baby Yoda is the lightsaber.
Oh my god!
So like maybe
Baby Yoda.
I think for the upcoming episode, I think it would be cool to see Baby Yoda holding a lightsaber, the Force, or just I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just not trying to be skeptical. I'm just thinking about it.
I just kind of
the Jedi.
I kind of want like Mando bring Baby Yoda to Ahsoka, and then Ahsoka's like, "Aw, it's like a Baby Yoda," and then Mando's like, and then
Master Yoda,
and then Mando's like, "Who the heck is Yoda?" And but no, I think honestly, what I kind of think is gonna happen is Mando's gonna bring Baby Yoda to Ahsoka, and then he's like, "Hey, Bo-Katan sent me. This kid's got the Force. What do I do?" And then Ahsoka's like, "Come on, now I got another one of these to train."
Basically,
yeah. It's just like I just dealt with Ezra.
Well, no, but Kanan taught Ezra.
I know,
basically.
but like the whole thing with Ezra like lost. I don't know if that's gonna have been solved by this point, or like
lost in the sauce.
Yeah, so like
lost in the sauce.
There's the whole Ezra thing going on, and then now we've got this Baby Yoda, and then she's like, "I'm not even a Jedi." Like, come on.
A couple crazy theories actually. What if the Ezra thing is already solved? Then what if Thrawn is also out there in the world, and what if Thrawn just comes in and just like kills Moff Gideon? He's like, "All right, this is my operation now."
Oh, that would be interesting.
And then also another cool theory
twist
that I heard is people were saying that what if Baby Yoda gets taken, well, not taken, but like what if Ahsoka and him and all that, what if they get together with Luke? And Luke is going to be training Baby Yoda and stuff, just like how Yoda trained him or whatever. And he's going to train him at like the school, and then like when it gets all burned down, and then Baby Yoda dies in the fire.
I don't.
That
like
was
that.
wild.
I don't like that theory.
That is a wild theory.
No,
I was
think...
like, really, you guys want Baby Yoda to die in like 30 years?
No, I
so
think...
actually, with the next episode. Sorry for cut you guys.
No, you're good. You're good.
But if we're going to see Ahsoka Tano, do you think it's just going to be Ahsoka Tano, or are we going to see like a few other like key characters from like another like TV show, like from Star Wars Rebels?
Sabine
There's an opportunity that we could also be, because the thing is, if she's already on the search, because at the end of Rebels, as we saw at the end of episode 6, her and Sabine are going to be looking for they're going to be looking for frickin' Ezra.
Yeah.
So what if when Ahsoka is working with Baby Yoda, what if Sabine is also there, and Sabine is kind of helping to talk and kind of teach Mando some things about Mandalorian culture.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. I think that would be perfect. Is like they go there, Mando and Baby Yoda, and then he's like, "Hey, Ahsoka, help out with Baby Yoda." And then Manda's like, well, what do I do now? But Sabine is there, and she is somebody that, you know, is a Mandalorian, has been through a lot with the people of Mandalore. She is somebody who held the Darksaber at one point as well. And she could give him a lot more insights onto kind of just Mandalorian culture, on
as well as Jedi as well, because I mean she was
and the Jedi, right? Exactly. Is she can
brain.
she can basically give him the lowdown on what happened during Rebels, you know.
Maybe Captain Rex is just vibing there too.
Yeah, no, I think that is 100% a possibility. And Sabine is another character that's been rumored, and I think the idea right now for the Ahsoka spinoff is that it's going to be like Ahsoka and Sabine looking for Ezra, or post finding Ezra. So,
do you think Captain Rex is going to be in this or not?
He might as
Some
well.
people
also said he died on Endor, which is kind of
stupid.
Weird. I don't
No,
know. I don't know why
yeah.
people said he died on Endor.
Yeah, that's
didn't.
dumb. Yeah, I don't.
No, Cap. That's Cap.
That's Cap.
Rex can't die
right now.
That's Cap.
You know, I think
What
it'd be
did you
cool to
say?
see like a spin-off like from Order 66. So like, you know, like Commander Cody.
Well, I mean,
And,
they're
like,
gonna do that. It's
all
gonna be
that.
kind of that's what Bad Batch.
Yeah, it's
is
kind of
gonna
what
be,
Bad
except
Batch
it's gonna be
is.
Bad Batch.
Oh, that'd be cool. Just like a whole like Bad Batch TV show. Just
That's
like...
what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's happening.
I didn't
Yeah.
know about that.
Wow. What do you know?
Wow.
The more you know.
More you know.
More
Dexter.
you
Oh yeah.
know.
Also confirming right here now, Dexter Jetster spinoff.
Yeah, Dexter Jetster and Baby Yoda are gonna go on some adventure.
Yeah, Dexter Jetster. That is 100% legit. I did not just make that up right now. That is
If you don't know
happening.
who Dexter Jetster is, then I don't even know what you're doing with your life.
Dexter Jetster and Baby Yoda go on crazy adventures after taking death sticks.
Yeah. Buy some death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
Yeah.
But coming towards the sorry if I'm cutting you off, but coming towards the end of the episode, I feel like there's going to be a lot of things going on in the future that are going to be relating to those Dark Troopers, and that's going to be relating to Moff Gideon and Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, as well as maybe Sabine. And I think that a lot more things are going to be clear in these next coming episodes, especially the next one. I think that it's going to be a lot more change in, Din, as well as some change in maybe Baby Yoda. And maybe even a change in exactly what their plan is. Because, I mean, if he meets the Jedi that he's supposed to bring Baby Yoda to, then what's after that? And I think that he's going to have to try to help save the Outer Rim. I think that's going to be his job,
I think
basically.
I think this next episode is going to mark a massive shift and a massive turning point for the season. Because think about it now. We've gotten through everything that we've seen in the trailers. Everything from those first trailer, or from the first trailer and the second trailer that was pretty much just a shorter version of the first trailer. Basically. Everything that was shown to us before the season started has happened now. And we are at the halfway point of the season, so everything happening afterwards is completely fresh, completely new. Nothing that we've seen before. So I think we're in for a lot of twists and turns and surprises. I think we'll see a lot more of Moff Gideon going forward. I think we'll get some answers on what was going on with like the cloning and the Baby Yoda DNA and the midichlorians and the Dark Troopers, whatever. I think that is all going to sort of come to light in this back half. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like Cobb Vanth again or Bo-Katan again. And I'm not sure how long Ahsoka is going to stick around. If we're going to see her for multiple episodes, if she's literally just going to be in next week's episode, and then they'll kind of see how fans like this live action version, and then they'll make a decision on what they're going to do with the character afterwards, if the spin-off is going to be an animated thing or a live action thing. But I'm excited because this marks a very interesting point for the Mandalorian. We're actually going to get a true former Jedi, So
no, EJ, you mean a true
Citizen. I'm sorry, citizen.
What do you think, Crusader?
Well, wait, what? So we're talking about the ending, right?
Yeah, we're talking about like where this is.
Yeah,
gonna,
just
like,
just
lead
general
in the next
wrapping up,
episode and stuff.
ending
Well,
ending thoughts.
As I said earlier, I feel like what Moff Gideon's going to do with those Death Troopers or Dark Troopers, I mean, is that he's probably just going to do like an ambush where like when the tracking like beacon like actually like stops like somewhere. He's probably going to do something on Corvus where he's going to set up and then eventually he's probably just going to like figure out where Mando and Baby Yoda is and probably just like initiate an ambush and try to take Baby Yoda from Mando. And then I feel like Ahsoka Tano and then probably like arrest like a few other people that are under Ahsoka Tano is gonna like help Mando out, try to save Baby Yoda from Moff Gideon. I feel like that's what it's gonna be. Or it's just gonna be like another like filler episode. I mean, I like the filler episodes of The Mandalorian because it's really fun and interesting to watch, like the development, like the growth and development of each character and all that. But hopefully it'll be just like the main quest line than like the side quests.
Oh
So,
yeah, I definitely think that this is this is a main story episode.
Yeah, if this next episode is a filler episode, I'm just gonna go into the I'm just gonna go straight into the world between worlds and just like jump off the bridge.
No, I mean I think
I'd be done with the show.
I think all the signs are pointing towards this being the biggest episode of the season. Like, it's supposed to be about 45 minutes long. Like I said, written and directed by Dave Filoni. It's called The Jedi. Like, this is the big episode.
It has to be.
This has to be the big episode. Like, not that the other episodes weren't good. Like, I thought episode 3 with Bo-Katan was amazing. I loved episode 1. 2 was a great sort of breather. 4 this week was great. I thought for Carl Weathers' like directorial debut on this, I thought that was great. I'm pretty sure this was the first thing he directed. I mean I think he did a great job with this episode and everything, and it wasn't even completely filler. Like, there was a lot of stuff brought up in this episode this week that
including
think.
My man's Gene dude.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about him. The blue jeans man.
I honestly feel like that with that Gene dude, like in the photo, I honestly feel like it's photoshopped. Honestly,
no,
unless it's real. Like,
no,
is
it's
it
just
real?
like it's real. It's just like
it's
just like the dude. It's just like the dude.
No, guys, he's a time and space traveler. He's come from the future, and that's how we get all the content for
I
Mandalorian.
think he's related to the dude in Empire that was running around with the ice cream maker. Yeah, he's what's that character's name? That people gave him a name. I think it's like Wilro Hood or something. Is that right? I don't know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the character's name. Anyway, he's related to that guy. Putting it out right now. I should update the Wikipedia.
Well, when I actually rode back to the episode because I saw the timestamp on it, so I was like, you know what? Let me go back to that timestamp on that episode. And when I looked at it and played it and I paused it real slow, I'm pretty sure they noticed that and they just clipped it off and just somehow re-uploaded it. So I don't know, not noticeable.
I really don't know.
We'll have to go. I'll have to go inspect that. But
yeah, it says 1854 but if you go right before 53, it cuts off real quick. And
yeah,
I didn't see
it's probably a thing that you have to go literally frame by frame.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Next episode, 45 minutes long. Hopefully it's great.
Which means that it's a 40-minute episode because the credits are 5 minutes long.
Yeah. And the recap.
Oh yeah, that's true too. So yeah, okay.
It's gonna be good next episode.
Last thing on Mando before we move into Lego Star Wars. I think I've loved this show so far, season 1 and season 2. But my biggest issue, and I think it's everybody's biggest issue with the show, is the fact that the episodes are just too darn short.
Exactly.
And inconsistent. Some are long, some are short, some are in between.
Mandalorian episode.
Season 2 of the first episode, it was 50 minutes long.
I know.
And then now it gets to 40.
No, it's every time I click on an episode and I see 32 minutes, 35 minutes, I'm like,
what?
I'm like, You're
Really?
shorter than I expected.
They're just leaving cliffhangers like every time. Like I want to watch more. I don't want to wait until the end of Friday to get a new episode. Like
Yeah,
what am I supposed to
it kind
do
of like
for
kills the
for the
vibe. It's
other
like
4 days?
I'm waiting for like a big old episode, and it's like, all right, guys, here you've been waiting all week. 30 minutes of content.
But
I'm
also
like,
think about it. But
come
think about it
on,
too, though.
man,
Is when you watch the season on like for after it's out on playback, whatever you want to call it. If you binge it, then still technically you're getting like 4 to 5 hours of Star Wars content, which is way more than you'd get if it was like a movie. And we're getting this every year as well. So we're getting a 4 to 5 hour Mandalorian movie every year. So you almost like watching each episode weekly. It's a little annoying, but if you go back and binge the season one episode after another, which I think is honestly the way that the show is designed to be watched.
It's the way.
Yeah, I think that is the way. If you go back and binge the season either all the way through in one night or a couple of nights, I think you'll find that it flows a little bit better and that you're not quite as bothered by the episode lengths. But just watching it on a weekly basis, it is definitely a little bit annoying to, stay up till 3 a.m., get ready, get your popcorn, get your snack, whatever you're going to have with the episode. Sit down.
Milk.
Yeah, chicky nuggies and chalky milk.
Chicken nuggies.
Sit down there, get ready, turn on Disney Plus or whatever, and then you click on it, and it says the episode's like 35 minutes.
And it's just in devastation while you eat your popcorn.
I mean, it's the best 30 minutes of my week.
Exactly.
But still, it's not enough. It's not long enough.
It needs to be at least an hour long.
I want more, and I know I shouldn't.
Like like The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Witcher.
The Witcher's an hour long, but not Mando. Come on, man.
I mean, I think there also is something to be said though too about a show that knows not to overstay its welcome as well, because sometimes, like especially with maybe like the Marvel Netflix shows, those were dragged out a little too long. Like every episode was like 50 minutes to an hour 15, and there were 13 episodes a season. You did not need that much. There was so much filler in those. Like also another show that it's hard for me to get through is because like I like Riverdale. You like Riverdale, but Sabrina is so like the episodes are way too long.
Really? I've never seen Sabrina, so I don't know.
Yeah, the episodes are way too long. I've like
Riverdale's kind of weird sometimes though as well. So some episodes I'm just like, okay, I don't want to watch this. Like literally, like one time last season, I was behind and I didn't see an episode, and I was like a little confused in like the next episode. But then I was like, oh, I just know what happened. And then I was watching somebody. What's his name? The guy that always like that always does like YouTube videos on like, oh, this show is stupid or it sucks or what's that guy?
Oh, Alex Myers.
Yeah, Alex Myers.
Oh, dude,
I always watch
awesome.
his videos. I watched his video on Riverdale after that, and then he was like literally talking about this one episode that I missed, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's basically his videos are great. He's basically just like, all right, I'll catch up on Riverdale. Archie showed his abs. All right, next episode.
Yeah, because I was sitting there, I was like, did I miss an episode? And I was like that one meme. Oh no. Anyways.
Oh no.
Yeah,
anyways.
And I just moved on because this is what it is.
Yeah.
Give a coin to your Witcher.
Toss a coin.
Okay, I'm not gonna sing.
Toss a coin.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Toss.
All right, moving on to Lego Star Wars, another great Star Wars content drop, but also something that low-key was disappointing to me. It
was also short.
Yes, also short.
Yeah, it was short.
It was as long as like a Mandalorian episode. Come on.
No, it was. I think it was still longer than this week's episode of Mando, though.
Yes, it was.
It was
like
longer. It was like 43 minutes.
But it's just like,
gives props to that.
I mean, it was kind of good. It had a very good message, I would say, but I don't know.
It was missing something.
Yeah, it's like I feel like they didn't spend enough time with some eras, and like I literally felt like all it was just like basically spoilers if you haven't watched it. Are we gonna talk about spoilers?
Yeah, go for it.
So basically, it's just like all the whole thing is they kind of like throw nods at like other characters, but like mostly all it is just like Rey, Palpatine, Kylo Ren, and Darth Vader. Like that's basically the four main characters, you know?
Yeah.
And like Luke, kind of.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't I think we kind of summarized it the best we could when the first trailer came out for it, is the fact that it's not that deep. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing amazing. Like, if you've seen something like the Freemaker Adventures or that Lego recap,
but even those, like, I feel like
it's
those
kind of
even like
what
gave
it
me a little bit
is the
more,
same
you know.
vein.
I feel like this was just kind of like lackluster.
Yeah,
You know, in the sense of there were a lot of things that just were missing, I felt like.
I think also it was also probably meant to come out alongside the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga game, because remember that was supposed to come out around this time.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
But it got delayed. So I think it was supposed to kind of be maybe like some bonus content or just something to go alongside with the release, like, hey, the game is out. Also, there's a little Star Wars Christmas special. Like, remember the old Christmas special that everybody says is horrible, but we, for some reason, look back on it and think that it was kind of cool? We made a Lego version of it, but it's not.
But also, here's the other thing.
It takes no risks, and it does, like, it just, like, it's on the verge of being, like, really cool. It has some really cool references. It has some funny moments. It made me laugh quite a few times, but, like, in the end, I just kind of came away from it like, oh, that's it?
No, but here's the other thing. Think about this for a second. We're also like a bunch of like older kids and adults, basically.
Talking
about something that is for kids.
Oh, that
like,
is
it's
true.
Literally just a kid show.
It is a kid. It is a kids thing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. It is for kids. It is a 43-minute kids movie.
The thing is, though, it has some cool little references that only some of the older fans would get. You know, prequel memers and all that. Like the whole bunch
true.
Of hello there.
And then it's got like Ben Swallow and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
Ben
like
Swallow
it's fun.
And Ben just being angry. And just like a whole bunch of just random things that kids would probably think are kind of funny.
Yeah, it would kind of like go over their heads a little bit.
From somebody that, you know, was like looking, I mean, I don't know. We're not looking for it to be super deep.
I don't know what we were looking for.
I would probably rate it like a 7.
Yeah, like it's a solid, it's like a solid, it is a solid watch if, you know, if you are a younger kid or you have younger kids or you are a Star Wars fan, younger siblings, whatever. If you are a Star Wars fan in general, you're not going to feel like you wasted 43 minutes of your life by watching this. I think it's a fun little watch. I'm not sure how often I'd really watch it, like maybe around the holiday times. Like I'd watch it again, maybe. Movie. Right, exactly. You know, it is. It came out on Life Day.
It's a good message, you know, and that's about it. That's basically it.
So I mean, we don't have to say too much on it. I think it was fun. I think the ideas that it introduces, don't think too hard on it. It's not really canon. I mean, the whole thing, like I saw Star Wars Explained talk about this after the movie dropped, is basically he went back to something that he said before with things like the Freemaker Adventures and stuff like that, is that the Lego Star Wars stuff is just a campy, silly, fun retelling of actual events. Like, obviously, the characters weren't Legos. They didn't, you know, do any of the Lego things that happen in it. But for the most part, broad strokes probably happened. Like, they probably had Life Day on Kashyyyk with Chewie and his family.
Rey and a whole bunch of other guys.
Right. Rey is probably trying to train Finn. And
I'm glad they actually put that in there.
I'm glad that they put that in there.
I mean, I know that episode 9 kind of skipped that point of where Finn was supposed to be a Jedi, but I'm glad that they actually put it in there.
Yeah, I'm glad that they actually put it in there.
You know, I think also the thing is, Rey is also probably trying to learn how to be an actual, master.
Yeah,
master.
To, Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like, honestly, with that whole the show, the holiday special, I like the animation and all that. It gave me like more with the like nostalgic with Lego Star Wars and all that from my childhood, which I still play a little bit. Like from what's that? I forgot which Lego Star Wars it was. I think it was Lego Star Wars 2 that I like playing.
Yeah.
But I wish it was like if they took a little bit more time on it, like, because I felt like they were missing like a few things that I think it would have made it better. But to me, I didn't really like Rey, like, like giving like the whole spotlight and Finn being like a side character. Because like remember from Force Awakens where Finn was technically the main character, and then they just like threw him off to the side and his main Rey as like just like the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just in general though, I think it was just like a little side content. Like I don't think that it's really, I mean, as we were saying before, it's not really that deep. You know, it's just kind of like they were just trying to throw a little something extra in there. And I mean, I think that's kind of interesting. I think it also kind of it's just not exactly supposed to get people hype, but it's supposed to tell a little about what's going to be happening in the games. I mean, the games are just going to, of course, be going by what happens in the actual movies and stuff. But I don't know. I think it's just some fun little side, Star Wars holiday content that kids can watch and just something fun. Because I mean, also you got to think if this is a kids show, I mean, well, a kids special. Who are the ones that are going to be watching it? A lot of the people that watched the sequels. Who watched the sequels? All they know is Rey is the main character, basically.
Yeah, so I think for the kids now that grew up with the sequels that are similar to us who grew up with the prequels, I think that this is going to be just as fun for them as something like the old Lego Star Wars games were for us, And it's just a silly, fun little holiday special that is the new version of the old holiday special. Like, it's not like a remake of it or anything like that. But I think just for what it was trying to do, it was just trying to be a fun little holiday thing, Yeah. And I think that it accomplished its goal. It is fun, it's funny, it's inoffensive, and if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you go watch it. I think it's fun. So
yeah, I think
it's fun. I don't think it in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it has any crazy story implications. I wouldn't take anything that happened in it too seriously. Again, other than the broad strokes of like Finn training Rey, probably, or Finn training Rey, Rey training Finn. Yeah, whatever, man. But I think that broad strokes, that's what happened. Anything outside of that, it's just a fun little animated movie that it looked good too. I thought the animation was really good as well.
The animation was like flawless.
Yeah, the animation was great. I always thought
there's like a few things that was like really
it actually kind of
funny.
All these animation things coming from Disney actually kind of make me really excited for Bad Batch, because I mean, if you remember what Clone Wars season 7 looked like,
yes,
man, it's gonna look, I think Bad Batch is gonna look really good.
Disney Lucasfilm Animation, whatever it is right now, they're pumping out some killer looking stuff. Like it looks so good.
Exactly.
But anything else Star Wars related, I guess, before we move on to the last couple of things that I have here? About it for me. This is going to be actually quite a short stream. Quite a quick stream.
Surprisingly,
here.
we had a longer stream last time talking about a shorter episode.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, there was a little bit more.
Yeah, there's more to talk about in a shorter period of time.
Right.
But how about you, Crusader? Anything else?
No, not really. We got like 5 days until the next episode, so I'm waiting for that. Mandalorian will never let me down. I just hope they I don't know, but I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, outside of that, I'm just excited for the continuation of the season. The back half, like I said earlier, is going to be all stuff that we haven't seen before in trailers or anything like that. And I think the whole Ahsoka being in live action now was what a lot of people have been waiting for, and it's probably one of my most anticipated points of this season as well. And I'm just super excited for it. And I just hope these episodes are a little bit longer. And anything that you guys want to talk about specifically before I move on to just a quick little DCTV roundup, because I'm not making individual videos on them, but I thought, might as well mention them here on stream.
I got nothing.
Okay, over to the list. So we have a couple of new projects in development. We talked about the Black Lightning spinoff a little bit last week, and I thought that was interesting. But we got kind of the second piece of the puzzle to that this week with the fact that Black Lightning is going to be ending after its current season. So it'll end with season 4. And I thought that, like, with the Painkiller news, that didn't come as too much of a surprise to me that they were thinking about ending it. I'm kind of surprised that it is ending just in general. But I guess it makes sense if they think that it's the right time to end the story and everything, and they have an idea for how to continue it. So it's not like it's being canceled or anything like that. They're ending it on their own terms, and they have a direction that they want to take the show afterwards. So yeah, I think that's I think it should be interesting to see what they do here, and it's going to be kind of an Arrow and Green Arrow and the Canary situation. Is so we have a final season of a show. They're going to have a backdoor pilot for a possible spin-off during the season, and then depending on how the ratings go, then that will determine if we actually get to see this spin-off.
Yeah.
Next up, another sort of spin-off, or not spin-off, but another DCTV project in the works of the CW is a Wonder Girl show, but not the Wonder Girl that we have on Titans or anything like that. But a brand new version of the character that has been created inside of DC Future State, which is a new sort of comic storyline that they're doing with a kind of new generation of characters, where they're taking pre-existing mantles and making new characters to take up that mantle. So, Strike, what do you think about that?
I've been hearing a bit of Future State stuff, but I don't know. I think that, again, that's something that we're going to really have to look at. I don't really know much of Future State. We're going to have to wait till that stuff starts actually dropping. It seems like an interesting concept. I know they're trying to do like a whole bunch of stuff with it, a whole bunch of aggressive stuff. All that stuff is great. I'm just really wondering to see exactly how it's going to be going. That's about it. So,
yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure kind of where it's going to fit into everything, because Future State, obviously, hence the, like, with the name Future, you know, it's in the future. It's in the future of the DC universe in the comics. So bringing this Future State character into the CW continuity, is this going to just be an alternate Earth? Is this going to be Earth Prime? Is this going to be possibly Earth 2 with Stargirl? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm not sure where it's like. I'm not sure how it's going to fit in. I think the idea of bringing in this character, this new version of Wonder Girl, I think that could be interesting, and to kind of have that Wonder Woman lore on TV is going to be very cool. But again, I think it's another thing that we just kind of have to wait and see about, because not to get, I guess, too negative with this, but there have been DCTV CW projects that have been announced in the past that we've heard about, that they're like, oh, this is happening, that's happening. And then we hear about it once, and then we never hear about it again. So that's my only caveat with all this, is that I feel like there is a possibility that they've announced this, and if nothing happens, they'll just kind of sweep it under the rug, and we'll never hear about it ever again. So
like the Canary show,
like Green Arrow and the Canaries, it's been like a year since we've heard that the show is in development, and we've heard zip about it, other than that it might be continued in a comic book or on Legends or something. They could do a one-off episode. But do you think that this Wonder Girl, Wonder Woman, new character, whatever Future State stuff, do you think that this is actually going to be something that's going to happen? Or do you think it's going to go kind of the... do you think it's going to go the way of the other stuff?
This is something that's in talks, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think I'm not... Yeah. I wouldn't put money on this show happening. I would honestly say probably the Painkiller spinoff is more likely.
Yeah, I think that is more likely.
But...
Because then the other thing is they can always bring in Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah. I think that would be cool. Or also, something that I've wanted them to do now, I guess, ever since shows started ending, is I want them to bring some of these side characters that we all love onto other shows more often.
I think that's the whole point of Legends, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I hope that we see, like, you know, with Supergirl ending, I hope we see like Dreamer or somebody go over to Legends, or, you know, now with Black Lightning ending, Thunder Lightning, they could pop over to Legends, or we could have, I saw some people talk about maybe they could throw some of these characters over on Earth 2 with Stargirl. I think that would be really cool too, and have more JSA members that way.
Right.
But yeah, I think we are kind of in this weird in-between state right now for DCTV. We have a lot of veteran shows out there, like Flash and stuff, that have been going on for quite a while and will probably go on for a lot longer. And then we also have a lot of shows that are nearing their end or have ended, like Arrow. And we're getting announcements of new projects to kind of, you know, fill in those gaps. So I don't know. I'm interested to see where the direction for, like, what the new direction is for DCTV post-Crisis now. And I think, as we like to say, I think it's kind of a watch this space, you know?
Yeah, that's basically about it, I would say.
Yep.
When it comes down to that new show.
Yeah. Last little DCTV thing, we got like a little 10-second teaser for Batwoman. I was gonna make a video on it, but then I was like, it's 10 seconds. What am I gonna say?
She just throws on the bat suit.
Right, she finds the bat suit, throws it on, and goes and fights some criminals. Like, that's basically what we saw, or what we've heard about since the character casting came out. So yeah, like, I'm very excited for it. I think Batwoman is kind of on my list of most anticipated shows for sure. For this next season. Batwoman, Superman and Lois, and Stargirl are probably my top 3. And then Flash is obviously always up there. But yeah, I think that that Batwoman's gonna be pretty cool. And I can't wait for like full-length trailers. Like, these shows have been filming for quite a while now, and I would expect full-length trailers soon, or sooner rather than later. And we're also kind of getting we're getting really close actually to when some of these shows are supposed to come back as well. So probably within the next month or so. But that's just me. What are you most excited for though this year?
To be honest, I'm actually kind of excited for the new Superman show. It's gonna be coming. Superman and Lois show. I think that could actually be pretty interesting. I think it's also going to be kind of crazy to see see actually those kind of characters in this universe, CW verse or Arrowverse. But that's basically all for me, really.
Yeah. One more, not CW related, but DCTV related. There's going to be a reveal for the new Starfire suit on Monday, which is tomorrow. So I'm going to most likely be doing a video here on the channel for that. So keep an eye out if you are interested in Titans. My Red Hood suit video actually did surprisingly well, so it seems like you guys are actually interested in Titans, which I am shocked because I know that Titans gets a lot of hate online, but it seems like there is some interest in there for it. So I will definitely be covering the Starfire suit, and I have an idea for another video that I want to do for Titans season 3 before it comes out, kind of like a things that they could do to make the season good, like a top 5 things, like a top 5 things Titans season 3 needs to succeed, or something like that. So I mean, I guess if you want to go steal my idea, go for it. But you know, that's kind of what I have in the pipeline as far as Titans goes. Last thing here before we wrap up the stream, we're a little bit over an hour now, so this is a good time, good stream length here. But final thing. Big DCEU news. We have Wonder Woman 1984 is actually going to release this year. It is going to come out in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously on December 25th, aka Christmas Day.
Yeah.
were you surprised? Were you shocked? Did you think that we would actually see this movie this year? Let alone on HBO Max?
I'm really not surprised at all. I know they're doing a whole bunch with HBO Max, and I know that movie theaters are basically dying at this point. So, I mean, where else would they put it? You know, they're not going to go put it on like Disney Plus or Netflix. You know, they're going to use their own. They're going to use their own platform for it. And their big thing is not doing what Disney Plus did with making you pay extra for it. So it makes sense. They're probably going to get a whole bunch of people that buy, buy their streaming service, well, HBO Max, which is kind of like their streaming service. And I mean, I just think that it's going to make them a whole bunch of money. I mean, the only reason why they would do it is, you know, if they thought they were going to get a whole bunch of money. And I think that they will, you know, because also around the same exact time is also going to be Justice League. And well, people are going to be like, well, if I already have this, I'll, you know, go ahead and buy it a little bit later for the Snyder Cut, you know, and that's basically all I'm really thinking on it.
Yeah, so I'm excited for sure. I'm glad that it is coming out on HBO Max, because, you know, obviously everybody can't go out to the theater yet, because you know, not quite safe out there. So I'm glad that that option is there. For sure, I'm going to be taking advantage of that, watching the movie from the comfort of my own home. You know, so that's great. And I think that this could be kind of a trendsetter for movies going forward. And I think it's kind of the ball is in Marvel's court now to see what they do with Black Widow. And I think it's all going to depend on how well Wonder Woman does being on HBO Max, how much money they make from it. Because if it is something successful, then Warner Brothers is definitely going to drop a lot more content on HBO Max that was originally going to go to movie theaters. And then that's going to have Disney also, you know, kind of change up their strategy here and be like, well, I guess we can't wait forever to release these movies if they're doing well on streaming services. Let's send it over to Disney Plus and hopefully not charge people extra money to see it. Yeah. So.
Cough, cough, Mulan. Cough, cough.
Yeah. And it wasn't even good, supposedly.
And it's supposed to be free starting in December anyway. So
yeah. So who's gonna even
shame on Disney?
Shame, Disney making Mando episodes too short, making us pay extra money for Mulan. Like, come on, man.
They're like one of the biggest companies, and they just want more money.
They just want more money. So yeah, we'll have to see how this does. I'm not sure how it's going to translate as far as like how much money they can actually say Wonder Woman made. Like, I guess they can see how many new subscribers they get and how many views the movie itself gets and stuff like that. So it's probably some weird calculations as to like how they figure out how successful the movie actually is.
Yeah.
But it should be interesting.
Yeah, it really should.
Yeah, I'm excited for it though. I'm very excited. I'm glad that we're gonna get a new movie finally. It's been so long since a real movie has come out.
Exactly.
That we've been able to see. So I'm excited for that. Anything else that you guys would like to add here at the end? Because if not, I think we're about to wrap things up.
Yep.
Yep, I have nothing. Nothing to say, man.
Alrighty, so I think that just about does it for tonight's episode of the Legion Lounge Live. As always, the episode will be up here on the channel for playback if you guys missed anything, or if you didn't get to see the stream live. It's all here for playback if you guys would like to watch it on your own time, or for your own viewing pleasure. So yeah, thank you guys so much again for coming out to the stream tonight. We will be back here again next weekend talking about the next episode of The Mandalorian, and then what am I even saying? I don't know. How do you phrase that? What other news comes out during the week?
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever else comes out during the week, we'll cover that as well. I've totally flubbed this outro, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week. Let me know what you guys thoughts about everything down there in the comments if you're watching on playback. And yeah, until next time, guys, it's been Tazz. and Strike and Crusader. And we will see you guys in the next live stream.